right, here we are on July 22nd, TEI Day. So this is the day Neil, Buzz, and Michael Collins get ready to return to the Earth. We'll do the burn. So let's get right into that. Here is the CSM. They've undocked from the LEM Upper. LEM Upper is about 3,000 feet away. So let's go right into it. So we're targeting the Earth. We'll go into rendezvous mode with the Earth. Plot a correction orbit. Let's zoom in so we can be accurate. Looking at this window, that tells us our time of flight. So we're targeting 2 days and 12 hours. That's the length of time they need. And wherever the Earth has rotated to at that point is where they will land and be picked up. Let's put our perigee somewhere about 500 miles under the surface just for this. It tends to converge later, so we'll do a course correction after it converges. So 2 days, 1134, 535, that seems fine. Alright, so it's calculated an elliptical or a hyperbolic orbit because we have to escape from the moon, and then after some hours it will converge and we'll see an orbit for the Earth. But we do have to escape the moon first, so that's why we have a hyperbolic orbit here. So we have 4 minutes, about 4.5 minutes to the burn. So let's set things up for the burn real quick. First thing, I want to make sure our thrust is at 100%. The duration is going to be about 3 minutes for the burn. Okay, so that's set, and we have 3.5 minutes to go. Let's watch the burn from the LEM since we have it. I mean, obviously there's should be no one in it at this point, but it might be fun to watch the CM do the burn from here. So going to the CM, looking out the windows in the 3D mode, the LEM is actually in front of the CM. I hope we don't hit it when we do the burn. Looks like it's coming up on right center line. 1.5 minutes to go. Well, let's see what happens. So we'll go into the LEM. I'm gonna point it in the same direction as the CM is going so that we should see it go right by us at high speed. Let me just look at the CM again. Okay, 30 seconds. Okay, back to the LEM Upper. So it should pass on our left, I think, if it doesn't hit us. So let's just watch for it. There it goes. Wow, pretty fast. Receding. It's already tiny. Wow. All right. Okay, let's switch to the CM now. Okay, it's still burning. It still has 1.5 minutes to burn. Let's switch to the plot mode. There's LEM Upper. It's already 15 miles away. We have 1 minute to go. We are in a hyperbolic trajectory. About 6.7 Gs. Looks like we're gonna, or not 0.67, so 0.7 Gs now. Shutdown. All right. So we are now in TEI. We've completed the TEI, Trans-Earth Injection, and we are 87 miles above the surface of the moon in a hyperbolic trajectory. So this is kind of like when we're coming in for the LOI, came in on a hyperbolic, burned there, and went into orbit. This is the inverse of that operation. Okay, there we go. Alright, so while we're here, I think I'll just leave the LEM upper in orbit. Let's see what its orbit is. 60 by 60. Yeah, we'll just leave it in orbit. Go back to the CM. Okay, so this is how we're doing things here. What's this? 112. So the Earth, I think, is off in this direction. Let's see. Should be able to see it once we clear the limb. Ah, we have already. There it is. Alright. So we have an unrestricted view of the Earth, and we will have that all the way home now, since we've gone around the moon for the last time. Alright, so let's take a look at our trajectory. Right now the spacecraft is under the gravitational influence of the moon and also the Earth. So let's change our frame of reference to the Earth. See what we have. Whoa. Alright, so it's a huge hyperbolic orbit going around the Earth, but even as we watch, it's changing. So it's changing because it's being perturbed by the influence of the moon, and that's very high right now, but as we get farther and farther away, right now it's what, about 481 miles. As we get further away, that will reduce. But the TEI burn took all this into account. Alright, so not to bore you with all the technical aspects, but we're going to wait for that orbit to converge, and then we'll probably pick this up tomorrow, 7:23, and do a mid-course correction, and it should be in a proper elliptical orbit around the Earth at that time, and then we'll do a correction to the perigee and see how that goes. But I'll bet you these are the most relieved guys, well, certainly in space. I guess they were the only ones in space at the time, but even on Earth, after this burn went off properly and correctly, I'm sure there was a lot of relief in the CSM and a lot of relief on Earth as well. Alright, so I guess that'll do it for now. Cheers.